Hi, I'm Jen Snyder, motherhood blogger and family photographer in Harford County, Maryland, and I wanted to welcome you back to my video blog. This month's guest is Nettie Owens, who owns Sapari Solutions, which is a professional organizing business, and she is here to give us some great tips on organizing with your kids.
Hi, my name is Nettie Owens, and I'm with Sapari Solutions Professional Organizing. I'm a certified professional organizer in chronic disorganization, and today I want to talk to you about organization with kids. It can seem like an uphill battle to try and get organized in your space with children, and it can also seem, and the reality is, the more organized you are, the easier your life in your family household will be. So how do you resolve these two seemingly opposing ideas? And what I want to talk to you about a little bit is what capacity your children have to be organized. This is going to get into about how your brain works and how our children's brains work. As a parent, I'm a mom of 3, and so I understand all of the dilemmas that come with toys and kids and chores and all of those kinds of things. And I want to let you know that there is hope, and also that I can absolutely relate because I've been there myself. So our brains are wired so that the most primitive part of our brain develops first, and that's this part in the back of your brain, and it controls automatic responses and breathing and heart rate and all of those kinds of things. And it lets us know when we're hungry and what we should do about it, and it lets us know when we're in pain. And the part of your brain which organizes information, which helps you with time management, which helps you to set goals, is actually the last part of your brain to be developed, and that part of your brain is right here in the front. It's called the prefrontal cortex, and the functions that I'm talking to you about are called executive functions. And so these parts of the brain develop last, as in the human evolutionary system, and also just as a human being, as a person. They're the least developed when you're born, and they take until you're maybe 25 to 30 years old. So you're probably thinking right now, oh my gosh, is it going to be that my child is 30 years old before they can keep their room clean? No, hopefully not. But I'm sharing this with you because these things take time to develop, and they're developed over time. It's our job as parents to teach our children how these skills work, and also it's our job as parents to understand expectations for what our children can and cannot do at varying stages. You may have read, and it's a good rule of thumb, that if your child is 6 or under, you should be working with them to organize their space. So it's not a good idea to say, hey, kiddo, go clean your room and come back in 5 minutes, because honestly, developmentally, they are not there yet, and that is okay and appropriate. But what you can do is say, hey, let's go clean your room together, and you can direct them by saying, let's find all of the books, and you're teaching them how to group and categorize when you do that. And then you put all the books on the shelf. Likewise, the next step is to say, let's find all of the socks and we compare them off, or let's find all the clothes, let's find all the dolls. And you do that same thing through all of the things that are in your child's room or playroom or whatever space that you're working in. So up to 6 years old, you're going to want to work in that way. And actually, in all honesty, you'll find that's a good way of doing things even beyond 6 years old. Finding ways to make time visual is very important for children who are still very young, or even in elementary age. So you may use an egg timer where you can see the time passing, or an analog clock so that you can see the hours and minutes going. And then sitting down and speaking out and writing out goals with pictures is an age-appropriate thing to do that helps teach your child to learn these executive functions that are developed last, and to work with them so that you are less frustrated and they're less frustrated. So all of those things, goals, time, organization, These are all future planning. These are all things that are developed last, and that these are skills that you need to work with your child to teach them. So you can start transferring who's doing more of the activity as your child develops. And if you imagine that a very young child is in the moment, a child that's pre-elementary can maybe plan out a few hours. An elementary age child can plan out a day, until we get all the way to high school, where they're planning out a week or so in advance. And it's not until they're older that they can even plan a month or longer in advance. So keep that in mind. And if you have any questions on kids, on organizing, or just organizing in general, I hope that you'll stop by and drop me a line. Again, my name is Nettie Owens with Sapari Solutions Professional Organizing, maker of the Take Control System, which you can find at takecontrolsystem.com. And I hope to meet you online and anywhere else that we can possibly work together. Have a great day.